So when it comes to George from Love Island, who debuted on tonight's episode, last week claims came forward from one woman about things that she felt that he was doing, and then also somebody else has now come forward as well. Hey guys, it's Rob Morali. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Back again, it is daily and consistent content. Click that button and subscribe. I'm here with my friend Abigail again. Follow her Instagram. It is in the bio below as well. Abigail doesn't know what's happened. I'm just kind of reading about it now, so I'm just going to read it out to you guys for those of you who don't know about what these girls have said. So Ebony Keely is one, she's 24, who fears for the well-being of girls, and she told how she believes happy-go-lucky George cheated on her, told her what to wear, and got her to pay for everything. She said ITV shouldn't be giving him a platform. It's dangerous to have younger boys look up to him and for him to potentially be emotionally abusive in the relationship. Interesting. They added that Ebony and George met in 2021. It was very intense at the beginning. On our second date, he told me he loved me and asked me to be his girlfriend and said we were soulmates. He showered me with presents and flowers, which is love bombing. But after 3 months, the cracks started to appear. The first time I saw his personality change when we were in Printworks, he screamed abuse at me in the smoking area. I felt humiliated and belittled. I paid for everything. He didn't pick up a single bill from April to November. Wow. I asked him about his behavior and he would call me materialistic and get angry. Every night we went to a restaurant and date nights, he would forget to pay. He would constantly ask me for money for petrol, but he would use it to go down to the pub with his mates. Whew. She said she found out he created a fake online profile on Snapchat under the name George Furlow to meet other women without a trace. I had to beg him to tell him the truth as he kept lying. He finally confessed, but he denied cheating and sent me text messages calling me a nutter. He gaslit me and said I was mental. I'm not saying it, but I read somewhere else where she said that he made her feel very suicidal and just was very rude to her, cheated on her basically multiple times and was love bombing. Now, fresh claims from another woman called Katie Hewitt is the second one to say that he left her with significant amount of PTSD as well. She claimed he controlled what she wore, cheated on her multiple times and made her feel so worthless that she even stopped eating, and says that she experiences a significant amount of PTSD, and she says that ITV need to listen to us. We aren't doing this to be vindictive. She said it was lovely until he cheated on her on holiday, and there was a lot of gaslighting as well, and that he's in there to get a brand deal on followers. I don't think he's capable of love as he's a narcissist. I was terrified to speak out. He also then came under fire for homophobic tweets that he put out as well, and I believe something was even racist as well, people were saying. So it's a combination of stuff. His family said that these claims are false, unjustified and hurtful, and he said and he said that this is one-sided and that this isn't him anymore, and this
so he's already commented.
Yeah, apparently he put out a statement saying this isn't him anymore. This was him when he was 18. However, some people are saying that he was doing this literally in 2022.
Yeah, I'm about to say 20.
Yeah, like if you're 17, 18, 19,
and he's how old now? 20? Is he 24?
I think so, something like that. If he's 17, 18, 19, tweeting whatever nonsense, that's something different, I guess. But the fact that he's then putting harm to these women, multiple women have also now spoken out in relation to him. It doesn't seem to be good.
Like obviously, of course, like I said, there's always two sides, and when it's one person, you don't. But when it becomes one more person, and it is a lot of detail what these women are saying. It's not just we all know behaviors, people can do things, but that is quite a lot of emotional abuse and distress that both women are saying. That I just feel like Love Island had enough, and this is all before he's literally got. Obviously, I know I think
this was announced.
They do
yesterday and last week. So last week was the first woman, and then this week was another girl. I think like Sunday or yesterday she came out. So yeah, I mean multiple people, but I feel like the outrage seems to have died down. He's doing fine in the villa.
I remember hearing something about someone saying homophobic rape. I hadn't even heard all this. So all this together.
But it's one rule for and another rule for us, child. So you know what I mean. Like when your ethnic is
let's
really
still not forget that I've already gone blank to the guy that they just took out the bed in the middle of the night. What's my black guy's name? Sharif. We will still never forget. Middle of the night, you're yanking him out of the bed. But this one, you're allowed to enter when two women.
Yeah, so I just feel like when people speak out about abuse that they've experienced from somebody, it should be listened to, especially because last year, let's not forget, Women's Aid made a statement about the behavior towards Tasha.
Yeah, so Luca and Dami is true.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like, they've also now mentioned Women's Aid as well, so we'll see if they respond to it or etc. But for multiple women to come out against him saying that this person has abused us in some kind of way, we have PTSD, we are broke, we've been cheated on, we've been gaslit, we still deal with it, and now put your shoes in. Again, you said another side, but put your shoes in those girls who have to watch Love Island every day, who then have to get re-traumatized by it. Like trauma is real, guys, and it's just sad, to be honest with you. It's really sad. So
yeah, and I wonder if what Love Island's going to do, which they try and do best, is this kind of phase out. So I'm now even wondering, what does Molly know? Is Molly not on him because she's heard something? Are they now just going to try and make it seem like first week he's going to be the first one out because they don't want to deal with having to...
Yeah.
Which isn't the best way to go about it, but I really felt that might be their... You know how with the boxer last year, where... I don't know what it was, he punched someone or something, and the next thing you know, him and the other girl were out that next, and they made it seem like it was a vote thing, or I just wonder if they're gonna position it like that because they don't want to deal with it, and he's just gonna get an edit of no one's on him.
And that wasn't even that was like a fight between two people, which happens anyways, and it's not like it's something that's consensual or whatever.
And then they let him come back to the reunion. I think he was there. I don't remember them speaking to him.
Exactly. You know, I feel like when it's abuse towards somebody and that person is now speaking out, giving statements, you know, it's really heavy.
Exactly.
Like it's different. It's nothing like consensual stuff. It's not like, are you going to fight with somebody? This is like, hello, this person has harmed us. So yeah, and I was going to make a point, but I completely forgot what I was going to say. But we'll just see what happens, I guess. Right. What I was going to say is them not. It's interesting because any girl that he now gets with, could they potentially be the next, God forbid I say, but victim or whatever, and that, you know, perhaps that could have been prevented.
Literally, do you now start seeing these behaviours play out on the show, and then potentially, even if it's not on the show, it's in the future? It's just, it's risky. And like you said, of course, we believe in growth and things like that, but it just, the timeline, everything doesn't seem... I mean, it's interesting, it's contradictory though, because you said his family said that...
Unjustified.
That this isn't true, but then he said he's like... So he's acknowledging that at some point he was doing this.
I think that was in relation to the tweets or something like that.
Okay.
But I just feel like when people come forward about stuff like this, there's always some ex that comes forward an Islander, like we know stuff like that happens. But I feel like when there's multiple and when their stories are detailed and it's about PTSD and trauma and being abused and hurt, and it's girls, they need to be listened to.
It'd be easier not to just have him on it.
Yeah, I just feel like we'll just see what happens. But I just feel like people were angry last week, but that's kind of, you know, slipped under the radar in my opinion, and we'll just see what he does and, you know, what happens.
And also interestingly, you know the beginning bits they showed, everyone's different one. Now think about it, his one was like him talking to a girl, then getting a text, then being like, sorry, I need to go, which kind of feeds a lot into the narrative of what the fact he was saying about what the girl was saying about his family, being like he actively wanted to go into Love Island. It's just interesting that, I don't know what his job is, but that was...
It is interesting because, you know, the vetting process, like, I don't understand. Maybe producers probably didn't know. Obviously they didn't, in my opinion. They wouldn't put something on like this. But I just feel like if there's two girls, would there not be three now at this point?
Yeah, like I think at this stage you hear about the two, it's just safer. Get him out, you've got 101 backups, put another bombshell in and be done.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you harm somebody, when you hurt somebody like that, I don't like that when you hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's a big issue, and the fact that you're like, I just hate it. What happened to chivalry? Please, broke men. I'm tired of this. What about the like, can you not bring flowers, order an Uber, pay for the date? Instead you're asking for money and then you're using it for your...
Not embarrassed.
Oh, Lord have mercy, man. I just feel like the men in the UK are whatless. Let's just keep it as that, bro. Like, anyways.
That's how we're ending it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. But my condolences and my empathy and sympathy goes out to the women for what they've gone through. And I feel like their stories need to be heard. And
they're brave to step out.
Right, because normally they get branded as fame hungry. But what fame are you getting from it? Is it not embarrassing to come to the world that this person has? Do you know what I'm saying? So... yeah, let us know your thoughts on when it comes to this, guys. Subscribe to the channel, click that button for daily and consistent content. Follow Abigail, check her content out, guys. She came dressed, she looks lit. Come on here, it's giving. And we'll catch you guys soon for another review.